There she is, look. Been in there for months now. I'm a bad owner. Morning. Long time no see on this channel. I do apologise for that. More of that later in the video. When we get on our way to work, I just thought I'd show you before we start. The wee yellow Allegro still exists. Just never goes anywhere. My bad. Anyway, join me in the car. Okay, so we're in the car on the way to work, in the Focus obviously. Yeah, as I said on the little intro in the garage, it's been a long time since I've done a video. I cannot remember how long. It was the one where I did the solar panel anyway. Really boring one, you know, that nobody watches. And I think we are close to, if not past already, the 4-year anniversary of this channel. And certainly since I fetched the Allegro, I'm sure we're somewhere around there, because I picked it up just before lockdown. Remember that? Way back in the bad old days. I'll stick some dates on the screen because I can't even remember myself. But anyway, I'm going to leave this video running on my trip to work, and I am really filming this on the hoof. I know I said on the last video that I did about the solar panels, I'm going to try and put something out every Wednesday, blah blah blah, even if it's something rubbish like solar panels or whatever. But in all honesty, it just proves too difficult. We've now got the light mornings driving to work, and it's light driving home, so I can at least chat while I'm driving. I just don't find the time to do videos. The problem with this channel specifically is I find it's very difficult to do YouTube on your own. When I do the camper van channel with Heather, the two of us play off each other, and that channel does really well. The content manufactures itself because we're away most weekends, so we don't even have to think about making a video. We just vlog as if it's a diary, and it works. On this channel, you've got to physically have a car that's broken, or that you're restoring, or you want to work on, or you've got to have someone working with you generating footage. Most of the YouTube channels that I watch are two-man bands or more, or they've got a lot of cars. I'm neither. People are going to say, what happens to Lee? I've no idea. In all honesty, I think Lee is going through a rough patch at the moment. I speak to him on Facebook and I've asked him if he's okay and stuff like that, but he's had some random posts on Facebook saying he's selling his cars and he's selling his bikes, and you can only ask someone what's going on, and they say no, everything's cool, then that's that. But yeah, I think this channel does suffer with the fact that I'm on my own, and I think how the videos work best is when there's people bouncing off each other. That's just how I feel. Or again, if you've got a lot of content to do, like you remember, if you followed this channel for a long time, it was originally started to restore the Allegro. Through lockdown, I got a captive audience because you were all locked down as well, and I was throwing content out virtually every day, and it was happy. But now life's changed and stuff like that. You'll have seen from the intro, the Allegro is still in the garage. I think I put her in the garage in October, and normally over the winter I'll do some sort of tinkering, or I've not done a thing. I'm totally honest. It's been parked up in the garage, and the only reason the boot was up, if you saw in that, was because I parked it up and it must have been a bit damp inside, and all the cardboard in the boot had got white mold growing on it, so I've had to dry all that out. So I'm really struggling with the Allegro. I love it to bits, but I've lost my car mojo, if I'm honest. This Focus does exactly what it should, as I've said before. You start it, it drives, it goes to work, and yeah, I can't think how I'm going to get my car mojo back. Maybe I've just come to that age where I just want a car to work and I don't really care. I don't know. That said, this Saturday coming up, which will be the 9th of March, I am going to the British Motor Museum for the Rustival events that Hubnut, iDriver Classic and Furious Driving are hosting. I will take a camera with me and throw it around, but I've no idea what to expect really. The weather looks terrible at the moment, and yeah, I believe that are around 800 cars there. I'm not gonna, you know, do a Joseph Lloyd and try and film everything, even though Joseph isn't going. If you've watched his videos, he must have told you 20 times, don't you pay attention? He was quite cross. But anyway, yeah, so I am going there. Going to be on my own, but there are a couple of other YouTube channels that I follow that I know are going. Both the Alexes, Alex from Alex's Assets and Alex from All Things Alex are going, so I'm bound to bump into someone I know. Also, I'm totally looking forward to, I watch a channel called Pete and His Bus, and I like buses, but I've never really, you know, never wanted one. I got into that channel, and anyway, Pete is going, and I'm quite excited to see Pete. I'm not going to gush like a fanboy or nothing, but yeah, I hope to bump into Pete and say hello. Also, oh, my wipers are stuck. Yeah, they don't work on mist for some reason. You have to hold the button down as they just stop where they are. Anyway, yeah, also John Coupland is going, the Proton Man. I'd quite like to bump into him and say hello. His channel's doing really, really well. But again, he's got a lot of cars. He has a high turnover of cars. His dad does his spannering, so there's two of them to play off on. And he's a nice guy, so it works. I'm just a grumpy old fart. But anyway, like I say, no bad feeling to anybody. My camper channel does okay, and it shows that whatever works, works. And for me, the car one just hasn't been invested in. I'm too lazy on this channel. I've come to the conclusion it's all my own fault. I could throw videos out and get there, but just don't have the time. Not a complaint, just an affirmation that I finally realised it is what it is. So, plans for this channel the rest of the year are just going to be ad hoc as normal. I will just put a video out whenever I can of whatever I can. I do hope to get the Allegro out of the garage soon, and hopefully use it this year. I know I said that last year, but I can't remember what happened. I know I think the Rover packed up, didn't it? And then I bought this. This became super brilliant, cheap to run, just got lazy. But I do hope to get the Allegro out, especially before May, because that will be the anniversary of me actually fixing it up and getting it going. I've had it nearly I've had it 4 years now, but it's been back on the road nearly 4 years. So I'd like to get it out for its build day birthday. I think that's May the 5th off the top of my head. So it will be 46 years old on May the 5th. I'd like to get it out before then, and I'm hopeful to do that. It's not holding up well in certain areas there where I had the rust repairs done and stuff like that. I've got bubbling coming through on certain parts again. A lot of that will be down to once I get it out of the garage. I've been leaving it out all through the summer and all through autumn, excuse me. Yeah, but it's not doing it no good sitting either. I mean, like I say, it's sat there now for, I want to say, at least 6 months, which is bad. I know it's bad. As I've said before, the problem is having a long, thin drive. I've got to get Heather's car out the drive, open the gates, move the camper van, get the garage open, get the car out the garage. Totally too much hassle. I really wish I'd got somewhere I could just put the car and pull it out. I'd probably use it a lot more. I know it's a feeble excuse, but it's the excuse. And I guess some people would say also, you know, if you're fed up with it, why not move it on and let someone enjoy it? I'll be totally honest, I have toyed with that idea. But I'll also be totally honest, I don't need the money, so I don't need to sell it. And if I did sell it, I'll end up, you stay there, it's my right away. Yeah, if I did sell it, I know I'll probably end up never buying another old car because of how I feel at the minute. I just not interested. I've got a real major problem with my shoulder from years and years of fannying around on Land Rovers and crawling under them, and yeah, I think it's finally caught up with me that come on pheasant, bugger off. I think it's finally caught up with me, all the years of crawling around in the damp and wet and stuff. Shoulder's really bad, and in the damp wet weather does not help my mood of wanting to play around in cars. Maybe it's just can't be bothered. Sometimes I think I'd quite like to get an old car again that was in need of restoration, that there was no pressure to actually drive and use, and just stick it in the garage and just fanny around with it whenever I felt like it. But I don't know, I'm just totally rambling. If you stayed so far and you're interested, thank you very much. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of to chat about. I'm filming this on Tuesday morning because I thought I'd waffle that much. I'd probably have to edit it out, but you will be seeing this on Wednesday as a waffle, because I'm waffling. Focus, as I've said, running well. Got a couple of little issues. The MOT is due on the 1st of June, and I'm on holiday for a couple of weeks in May. My plan roughly at the minute is the guy that did the glow plugs, I'm just going to get him, hopefully I'm going to contact him and say, you can have the car for 2 weeks. That's just a beep telling me there's an ice warning. You can have the car for a couple of weeks and get it through an MOT for me, as long as it doesn't cost stupid money. Plan at the minute, I know the handbrake is barely holding in there. It seems to hold on one side, doesn't work on the other. And if I look at the MOT history, it said it's had a lazy handbrake a few times. These Focuses seem to suffer with that. The reversing light doesn't work, and it's never worked. But I believe that doesn't matter for the MOT. I think that's just a driver aid and not an MOT thing. So I think that's the switch on the gearbox, because I've tried the housing, I've tried the bulb, and yeah. But again, my plan is to say to the guy, put it through an MOT and see how much it's going to cost versus is it really worth doing. This is the thing, I'm still running the Bangonomics theory that why throw money at a car that's only worth a few £100 when you could buy another one that's got a full MOT for not much different. The difference being with this car is running and driving, it's fantastic. So I'm in a quandary about throwing a bit at it and having another year out of it, but there has to be a point where I just cut that and go, nah, I ain't doing that. According to the cam belt history, it last had a cam belt in 2015, and they're every 10 years, so it'll need a cam belt in 2025. If I can get another year out of it and then play cam belt roulette, I might do that, I don't know. So yeah, I think the plan is give it to him, say how much is it going to cost to get an MOT. If it's a reasonable amount, we get it MOT'd and we carry on. If it's suddenly got the most corrosive subframe or chassis, because these Focuses suffer terrible with that, and it's just not worth doing, then it's, you know, au revoir Focus and we move on to something else. To be honest, I'd probably buy another Focus, because This has been really good. We'll see. My camera's saying something, I don't know what it's saying. There's a red warning thing come on it. Might cut off in a minute. I can't read it without my glasses. Anyway, yeah, we'll just see what happens. So, that's about it, I think. If I see you at Rustival, I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you on the next video, but I don't know when that is, what it'll be, etc, etc. Thanks for watching all the way to the end if you did. If you skipped to the end, you missed that bit in the middle where that really sexy bird ran out in front of us. The feathered variety. You can't call them birds now, can you? Unless they're bakeries. That's going to be a regional joke. Anyway, later, creator. Oh, come on. This is my side of the road. I hate coming this way to work. But thanks to HS2, I now have a longer ride. It's prettier. But yeah, the A38's a fucking nightmare now. Later.